Hello, welcome to Conny Decorates today, and yes, today we have the first Christmas decoration for us, for indoors exactly. This will go here in our living room. We don't know exactly where, maybe on the windowsill, or we have a small table, and again, with completely natural materials. A few ornaments, a little light, and the coziness can come. But if you want to know how this topic works, then just stay tuned because we will show you now. These are the things we need today for our vase decoration, and I have this vase. You have to be a little careful because I was lucky enough to get a plexiglass vase, so it can really fall to the ground and won't break. Then, of course, it always comes down to how thick the glass is. A subscriber brought this to my attention again, and I think that's very good. If you have thin glass vases, always be careful with the pressure and the weight. Check it a little bit or support the vase from underneath when it is relatively full. If you have very thick glass, it can obviously withstand more than vases made of very thin glass. But for that, we actually need today, so I was really happy about that. I found these, they are cut branches that are a bit whitewashed and are simply secured at the bottom with a jute ribbon. You can really use any branches that you already have. Simply secure it at the bottom with a natural ribbon, and then you practically have a kind of branch tree or whatever you want to call it. I also found this magnolia branch here. I took the string of lights off a decoration. Then the Santa Clauses are made of metal. I have a small one and a big one. Then I cut branches from the holly tree in the garden. I took the upper branches with the berries and fruit clusters. I also found a few small balls in the basement from last year. Red, yeah? Cinnamon sticks from last year, collected works and pine cones and moss. And I would say, let's get started. And I have the ball moss, and it is really fantastic. If you have this in the moisture, like we do outside by the tree bench, it is always, always green and really super beautiful. But even indoors, it dries wonderfully. I don't even know. We've been decorating the willow basket in the kitchen for about 1.5 years, and they still look fantastic. But we'll take it apart next time, make a Christmas decoration out of it, and then we'll just see how it looks after almost 2 years. So I will place a layer of ball moss at the bottom first. Then I take the branches, so the ones I have here, and you can use the branches you have or whatever you have that can be placed here as little trees, and I will place them here in the middle for now. And that holds. So this is already looking really good. But we obviously want to achieve more stability. Therefore, what isn't heavy is to use stones in the summer, placing them around to ensure good stability. Today, I'm just going to take a few pine cones, pull them out, and place them in here on top. Since the tree is also a bit whitewashed, let's make it really wintry with some nice whitewashed pine cones, which I'll just toss in here on top. This reminds me a bit of a decoration I made with small pumpkins. You might remember that we just threw them into the vase, which is still in the kitchen today. Now it's time to slowly replace everything, and we'll see where this goes. Although this could also be a great decoration for the windowsill. So we have the pine cones in there. We could also incorporate the fairy lights now. I can really imagine that looking super, super good. And now it has perfect stability. You don't need to add anything else. And I'm going to take this little Santa Claus here, and I would like to just stick it in here. And it holds fantastically. I just placed it here on a cone. Now you can see that it doesn't stick too close to the window. And yes, now we have this in here already. I would like to loosen things up a bit. I'm going to stick this magnolia branch in between the branches. I think it's quite nice because these magnolia branches have such a light red tone and they are wonderfully dried and hold up well. I'm just going to insert it here. I also have some leftover silver grass, and I'm going to cut off the top from this pot. And now I will fix a bit of wire up here. I will go around the branch once with the silver wire and secure a piece of wire here. Now I will wrap the silver wire around the branch once or twice to secure it. I will also add something at the back because I want it to look a bit natural and bushy. So I will add some height from the back, then I will cut off the rest and just bend it around the branch. Now I take everything I have here and attach it to a few little branches. A bit of green is of course essential, so I will take a handful of moss, grab the wire and twist it around a few times. You can just pull it tight. And now I want to fix it to the first piece just like the thorn wire. You can also cut a piece of wire beforehand because you really don't need much and it holds wonderfully. I will cut off the rest and add some small moss tufts on top. I have turned them a bit because I couldn't see well from the front, as I want to place these moss tufts between the branches. I think this looks good because it makes it a bit more playful, meaning we have some green tones mixed in everywhere. I think I will add one more, and then it will really have enough naturalness. What I want now is to add a few Christmas ornaments. I will first apply hot glue, being careful to let it cool a bit. And then you can wonderfully glue the ornament in. Just look, these are glass ornaments. And you could also attach them to the hanger, but I will glue them into the little tree. Yes, every time the snow is falling, 1,000. First use from last year. 4 coconut stars. No, coconut stars. I found not coconut stars, and I think they are Christmassy. And I will now place these here. I have 4 pieces, 2 light and 2 dark. And I would like to glue them in there and up here on the branch as well. At the top of the magnolia branch, I think you can also wonderfully add something here by gluing it in. But of course you can take anything you want or what fits well or what also fits nicely in a home. And then we have used all 4 here. Where the Santa Claus is and the cones, we can still add more. I have 4 ornaments. Let's see. That one doesn't fit. The width doesn't fit with the trunk, and I would like to include it here again. Now I have the wonderful little branches from the holly, but that doesn't fit anymore. I think with the moss and the barbed wire, that's really enough. And now, if we add the string of lights here, I will simply work it in from the bottom to the top. That means I will place the battery compartment here. Later I will add a bit of felt ribbon around the back, and I will simply place this string of lights into the branches. As for the holly, I will just see what we can do. I think we will create another nice Christmas decoration with that. For now, we will just place these everywhere, and our first Christmas decoration for the living room is ready. Micha is quite pleased with it now. And yes, it is really slowly moving towards Christmas now. We still had a bit of autumn in it, but now with Santa Claus and the ornaments, you can really say so. It is the pre-Christmas season, and we certainly hope that you enjoyed today and that we could inspire you a little, even if you don't have the materials, so that you can modify things with what you have at home and express your creativity a bit. And if you liked it, we would appreciate a thumbs up, as you know. Thank you very much for your comments, and a heartfelt thank you for that. There are always such wonderful comments, and also criticism, always great. But dear ones, feel free to follow us on Pinterest, Instagram or Facebook. And down here in the video description, you will find the link to our website. And there you will find decorative items that we used from Hofilkes. So, my dears, and of course string lights. That's always a big topic. So stay healthy, feel hugged, your Conny and your Micha. Exactly, my dears. Until then, goodbye. About yesterday.